to open the ceremony, I'd like to call Pastor D. Ward, the assistant pastor of the Main Street Church, to deliver a blessing and invocation.
Good morning. It's an honor to be here this morning. As we recognize Joseph Stapleton and Pam Stapleton, Pat Stapleton, the Stapleton family, and their service to our community, and the dedication of this pavilion. Please join me in prayer as we ask blessing upon this place, upon this festival today, and upon all those who will be here. Father, you are a wonderful creator of all things good. And Father, as we look around at this place, that's very evident. Father, we ask that you bless this pavilion, Father, for today, for future use. God, we just give you glory and praise for your majesty in this park that we're in today. Father, bless the participants today in the activities. Bring safety upon this place. A great time of fellowship and community. And I ask all this through your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Ward, for those beautiful words. And we would also be remiss if we didn't take time to thank all of the volunteers from the Main Street Church for helping put on this festival. At this time, I could like to ask everyone to stand as the honor guard of the Campbell County Police Department presents the colors. Thank you to the Campbell County Police Department Honor Guard and the Campbell County Community Band under the capable leadership of Ted Williams for helping us honor our nation and our flag. We are here today to celebrate the dedication of this facility, the Joseph J. Stapleton Pavilion. This facility, probably one of the most amazing features of it is that it was built completely through donated funds, and absolutely no public funds were used. So I think that in itself deserves a round of applause. That's pretty amazing. It is the result of exceptional generosity of one family and the cooperative efforts of many organizations and individuals. In a few moments, we're going to meet some members of the family and those who provided a major portion of the funding, but there is a complete list of all the sponsors available at the A.J. Jolly CDC tent. A.J. Jolly Park belongs to the people of Campbell County and is operated under the auspices of Campbell County Fiscal Court. The Fiscal Court has been an integral partner in this undertaking, and with us today are Judge Executive Steve Pendery and Commissioners Pete Garrett, Brian Painter, and Ken Recton. I would also like to introduce other county officials who have supported this project and who are here with us today. If I could ask you to please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Jim Bell, Southern Campbell County Fire Chief. Matt Elberfield, Finance Director. Larry Herod, Parks Director. Robert Horine, County Administrator. Melissa Williams, Director of Administration. Terry Jolly, PGA Golf Professional. Jeff Kidwell, Sheriff. Cindy Minter, Director of Planning and Zoning, Steve Myers, Golf Course Superintendent, Mike Mullen, Park Superintendent, David Plummer, Solid Waste Coordinator, David Braun, PVA, Jim Daly, Jailer, which is always important at a wine festival, Steve Franzen, County Attorney, Jeff Kidwell, Sheriff, Dr. Mark Schweitzer, Coroner, and Jack Snodgrass, County Clerk. Could we give them a round of applause, please? This project was initially conceived by the Jolly Park Community Development Council. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of the Jolly Park Development Council who are present with us today. Again, please hold your applause until I've introduced everyone. Linda Bray Schaefer, Campbell County Conservation District. Steve Brunson, Citizens Bank. Jim Cutter, Cutter Construction. Walt Dunleavy, Forge Lumber. Donna Gray, KLH Engineers. Kevin Hansen, Cardinal Engineering. Barry Jolly Plumbing. James Parsons, Taft, Stennis, and Hollister LLP. Don Sorrell, Campbell County Extension Service. Jennifer Teipel, Campbell County Media. Jamie Vallandingham Hoskins of Von Lehman CPA, and Matt Verst of Mestra Construction. Can we please give them a round of applause? At this time, I would like to introduce Kevin Hansen, the chairman of the Jolly Park CDC, to come forward and introduce the members of the professional design team who donated their labor to design this wonderful stage.
Thanks, everybody. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce the design and construction team. Without their help and expertise, this wouldn't be possible. I'd just like to point out that all the members of the design team pretty much either live in Campbell County or are Campbell County residents, and their businesses are located here as well. So what we've got is we have structural engineer Jeremiah Cole of Cole Engineering, landscape architect Gail Frazier and Associates, electrical engineer Paul Sprong, engineer building systems, facility designer Ilya Tchaikovsky, Enzo Building and Design, bidding and estimating Matt Verst, Messer Construction, site and civil engineering and surveying Cardinal Engineering. Once the structure was designed and we secured proposals for this great pavilion, the low bid was Cutter Construction, and the reason the pavilion was so low, Jim donated all his overhead and profit and construction management services to making this thing possible. So let's hear it for this great design team that made all this possible. Thank you. Josh?
Now I would like for Judge Pendry to come forward and deliver some brief remarks about the significance of this wonderful pavilion and the work that has gone into the planning and the development of this magnificent gift to the county and A.J. Jolly Park.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Steve Pendry. It's my honor to be your judge executive, and I do love my job. And on a day like today, no wonder, right? It's a gorgeous day. We're here at a beautiful place to celebrate the joy that's going to be brought to thousands of people by this act of generosity and vision. It is obvious as we stand here that A.J. Jolly Park is a tremendous asset. There are over 1,000 acres. There are lots of amenities. There's tremendous potential for the future. I'm sure you can see in all that within minutes of our homes. Yet as great as it is, and it can be, the park is underutilized, and for that reason is underappreciated. If you wanted to honor the memory of someone you loved, what better way to do it than to make the beauty here and the possibilities it represents more accessible and real to a whole region and to all your fellow citizens. Hold Joseph Stapleton in your mind and your heart for a moment. Think of what he meant to his son, his family, and so many of you who are with us here today. With this dedication, out of his life and memory, come another great good, one that will bring all this to so many more people. What an elegant and eloquent way to honor a man and his memory. Thousands are going to be drawn here to the site of this generosity, and enjoy a beauty that they otherwise would miss. So on behalf of the A.J. Jolly Community Development Council, the Fiscal Court, and all of our fellow citizens, I want to congratulate you, Steve Stapleton, your family, and your friends, and thank you for an act of intelligent generosity that's unlike anything I've seen in my 32 years as a local elected official. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Stapleton.
Hello, everybody. I didn't write anything down because I don't write anything down. But I guess for me, my daughter and I, Emily, were over here riding the horse trails Memorial Day weekend, and there was a young guy and his wife and his 2 kids from Cincinnati were down by the lake down here fishing. And I rode by and I said, "You catch anything?" And he said, "Yeah, we caught a couple." And then all of a sudden he said, "I remember when I was a kid, I used to come over here and there was all this stuff to do at this park." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, there was always stuff going on here on the weekends and everything else." And I think for all of us, for me, my family, the Fiscal Court, the Jolly Park CDC, that sums up what all this is about. I ride the horse trails here. I'm with the Northern Kentucky Horse Network, and we come over here every year. But there's so many people that take care of this place, and our family was one small part of this. I went to a Fiscal Court meeting 2 years ago, and I heard about public-private partnerships from Mr. Pendry, and then I went to another meeting, and Mr. Hanson and Mr. Dunleavy were there when they were first putting this together, and they had kind of a drawing of what they wanted to do. They weren't really sure at the time. And then last year they put on the 50th anniversary of this park, and then today we're looking at this beautiful stage, and all these people that work so hard, the people that take care of this park were out here running these lawnmowers about 62 miles an hour. So anyway, Linda Bray Schaefer asked me when we first did this donation to say something about my dad, and I couldn't. There's a lot of things I wanted to say, but I couldn't come up with anything in particular. But the only thing I could tell you is my dad was a good man. He loved our family parties. He liked watching people have fun. And we grew up on Williamstown Lake, and there's a 200-acre lake behind us. We got a beautiful stage. We're going to hear great music and have a great party. And this is really what my dad's all about. And I just wanted to thank the Jolly Park CDC for allowing us to participate in this, the Jolly family, who this park is named after, and our family now putting our name on it. We hope this continues to grow, and we hope people take an active use in it. But really all they're asking us to do is just use this park. They're not asking us to do anything special. So that's all I got to say. Thanks for coming. Thanks for my family for being here. And thanks to Mr. Pendry, the Fiscal Court, and everybody else that's involved.
Steve, on behalf of everybody in attendance today and everyone who will use the Joseph J. Stapleton Pavilion in the future, I think we all should give you one more round of applause to you and your family for this amazing work. It's going to bring a lot of joy to people for a long time to come. So we're about ready to have our first band perform, and before we do that, you'll notice that there are a couple banners up here on the side to commemorate today, and at some point later in the year there will be a permanent fixture at the front of the pavilion. But before I do introduce the first band, one more little gift from the Stapleton family to really kick off the festival. If we could have everybody get ready to release their balloons and kick this thing off, and let's have a good time today. How about a drum roll? Do we have a drum? Of course we do. Let's get this party started, folks. Let them go. My last duty as MC for this event will be to introduce the first band of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ted Williams and the Community Band.
Thank you. Do I have this? That's all right. Not on. All right. That's still not on, is it? Yeah, it is. It's on. That was Shostakovich Gallup from the musical comedy Moscow, and that's in Russia, just in case. This next tune is Castle Bridge. This one's from Campbell County. This was commissioned in 1996 by the Northern Kentucky Band Directors, and it was dedicated in the memory and written for, expressly, the memory of Michael Fisk, Band Director, Campbell County Middle School for several years. So this is for Mike. And Mike lived right up there on Hillview, and he would get up in the morning and look down at this beautiful park every morning. Okay. Mike Reeder asked us to play one of some Gershwin and one a little bit of Rhapsody Blue. Well, we don't have Rhapsody Blue. We do have Gershwin. It's got a lot of the same notes in it. Strike up the band. Different order. Eh? Just rearrange. One more. That's it. All right. Well, now I had about 26 pieces of music we wanted to play for our first performance today, but Mike kind of looked at me and said, what? So we decided we're going to do a piece here that's just play them all at once. This is sort of the Reader's Digest of several things called Instant Concert. I can do Go Big C for about 15 minutes. Thank you all very much. And for the first performance of the Campbell County Communities Band.